to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Philsgang.com.
To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Phil Grande here, Phil's Gang Radio Show. Tired of Wall Street's games? We've got the antidote. Learn the art of short selling. And then you're going to gain a top-notch stock market education with Phil's Gang and philsgang.com. We're so confident you'll love it because we're offering a 10-day free trial to our Working Investor Program. No gimmicks, just real strategies. Sign up to a Phil's Gang membership today and take control of your financial future. Visit www.philsgang.com now.
There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grande and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's nothing better than learning from the experts, especially when it comes to investing your hard-earned money.
Hi, this is Phil Grande, host of Phil's Gang Radio Show. At Phil's Gang and philsgang.com, I have one goal in mind: to help you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1%? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
We have a very strong labor market, very healthy labor market, and growth is slowing, but it's still positive. That's sort of a definition of a soft landing.
My detector test determined that was a lie.
You know, the bigger picture from our standpoint is we've got a very strong economy, strong labor market, making progress on the labor market, making progress on inflation.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Boy, is that wrong. But it's not wrong. It's a bold-faced lie. You know, I spend a lot of time on talking about you need to learn how to sell stock short. And we spend a lot of time with our clients showing them how to sell short, how to recognize in advance the stock market is going to turn on you. That's one of the biggest problems people have. They don't know when the market's going to turn until it's too late. Then all of a sudden the market's down 10, 15%. They don't know what to do. They start calling their advisors, what should I do? What should I do? And they get the same old story. Just hold on, you're going to be fine. Just hold on, you're going to be fine. You're not going to be fine. You're not. And especially what's coming at us now. People do not want to believe we're going to have a correction. They're putting out of their minds the correction we had in 2018. If you remember that, I predicted that one on January 2018, and the crash happened in October of 2018. It was down 20%. But here's what people don't realize. To get your money back, just to break even, you got to get your stocks back up 25%. What, are you nuts? 25%? Have any of you gotten a 25% increase overnight? When's the last time you got a 25% increase on your portfolio? You haven't. That's why I emphasize so much, and all of us, Steve and Willie, all of us here at Phil's Gang, when we're teaching our students, listen, you've got to learn how to sell short. Just going out and say, well, I'm going to buy Clorox, I'm going to buy, Philip Morris, I'm going to buy whatever, Johnson & Johnson, I'm going to buy toothpaste, I'm going to be okay. No, you're not. There's no place to hide. There's no place to hide. When the big institutions pull their bids out, everything goes down, and that's what people don't understand. We're going to go hide in Procter & Gamble? Give me a break. That goes down too. There's not one stock you can show me that's not going down because people panic and bail. Now let's take 2020. I predicted that correction as well. 30%. It dropped 30%. Now think about this for a moment. Your stock goes down 30%. Your 401k goes down 30%. How much does that stock or your 401k have to gain to just get your money back? When it went down 43% or 30%. You think, well, I just got to get 30% back. Well, first of all, that's a hell of a thing trying to get 30% back. Oh, my God. Imagine fighting to get 30% back. No. You got to get 43% back to break even, not 30. So it's a lot of pain when stocks break down, when the market goes down. That was in 2020. 2022, we had another 25% correction. You forget these, don't you? Yeah. 2018, 20%. 2020, 30%. 2022, 25%. That took 33%. You had gains of 33% to get your money back, break even. How about this one? 2008, we all remember that one, don't we? Market went down 50% just to break even. You had to get your money back just to break even. You had to rally your stocks back up 100% to break even. So think about this for a moment. 25% to break even, 43% to break even, 33%, 100%. That's not a good position to be in. Wouldn't it be better that when the market in 2018 went down, just like our gang, we had them short? Isn't it better they were making 25% on the way down? Or 2020, they were making 43% returns on the way down, or 33% on the way down in 2022, or 2008, a 50% return? Now, I'm not saying every gang member made those kind of returns. I'm just using it as an example. But our gang was short. Whether they're making a profit of 5% or 30%, doesn't matter. They weren't losing because they knew how to sell short. The other thing, they also knew, because the market is forward-looking, they also knew, hey, I can see what's going on here. This market's going to tank. 85% of people lose money because they can't see that. They get so caught up in the hype, especially these tech stocks. People really believe the market's never going to go down again. I get emails all the time, oh, Phil, you're wrong. The market's never going to go down again. It's different this time. You know, when somebody tells you it's different this time, run like hell. Run like hell. Don't even bring your clothes with you. Just run. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, yesterday, they came out, the Federal Reserve. I mean, you talk about a bunch of liars. They came out yesterday and they told everybody, hey, everything's fine. Everything's fine. That inflation, we got under control. We're within a spitting distance of our 2%. Within a spitting distance of 2% target. They said striking, I'm saying spitting. 2%. When they're nowhere near 2%, how the hell can they be anywhere near it? When we have huge deficits. But not only that, think of the credit. How can we be fighting inflation to say they're within a striking distance of 2% when they've been working against inflation, not trying to get it down? They've been working against themselves. They've been increasing credit availability. Why the hell would they increase credit availability from $9 billion to $23 billion? Why would they increase credit availability on credit cards by $19 billion? The idea is if you're fighting inflation, you're going to raise rates. You don't raise credit avail. You raise rates to discourage people from purchasing stuff. You raise rates like Volcker did. That's not what we're doing. So anytime you hear they're fighting inflation, they're lying to you. Because they're not allowed to fight inflation. Because who does inflation help? Wall Street. Just like that 2% target. How many times I told you, that's so phony, that 2% target. What that does, allow Wall Street to pick up the phone anytime to Powell and say, we want another rally here. So tell people that you're going to be printing money to buy treasuries to get interest rates down because you're going to fight inflation. I mean, you're going to fight inflation. All that target does is help Wall Street have an excuse to rally the market. To rally the market. It's unbelievable. But this credit avail is insane. Insane. They're telling consumers who are in such deep trouble, keep going and spending. Go spend. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine. The market's never going to come down again. Well, the market does come down. We've had, since 2022, we've had 3 corrections. Nobody even thinks about it. 2018, 2020, 2022. And we got one now. I told you the first correction here we're going to have is about, remember I told you we're going to have a big rally. Then I said we're going to correct about 5%. They're going to rally it again and fail. And then by March, I think that's when we'll finally get the crash. I'll talk about that when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grande can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
You know, to fight inflation, you got to really raise rates. I mean, you got to be serious about it. Okay? Just like Volcker, you got to raise rates. They're not fighting inflation. They want inflation. Because remember, Wall Street gets wealthier with inflation. The top 1%, especially the 1/100 of 1%, they get very wealthy because of inflation. There's no fight of inflation here. It's a big, bold-faced lie. The day you see them really take interest rates up, or the day you see them crowding out savers, then you know they're fighting inflation. Right now, they're not fighting inflation at all. Everything's a lie. It's a lie. I mean, the strong labor force. How many times have you heard over and over and over every day, we have a strong labor force, strong labor force, when that's been a bold-faced lie. They use that to mask. They use that to mask the strong labor force, how bad the economy was, how bad manufacturing was. While they're telling us manufacturing jobs are terrific and manufacturing is really, matter of fact, I have a cut if I can find it. Right here. Listen to this lie here. These were just bold-faced lies.
Manufacturing rebounding at a faster rate than in the last 40 years.
That is a total lie. Remember, they went into, I talked about this yesterday, they went into this new manufacturing. Is the renaissance of manufacturing, as they call it, the renaissance of manufacturing. Are you kidding me? Manufacturing dead. It's dead, dead, dead in this country. You can't compete with China or Vietnam or any of these countries in the outer rim. You can't compete with them. Nobody can. Anybody tells you manufacturing is alive in this country is a liar. It's not. You can't compete in this country. You can't. The labor kills you. The insurance kills you. Ask any small businessman. You can't compete. That's why do you think they ship everything overseas? They don't have to pay their employees insurance, health insurance. Health insurance is one of the biggest killers. Why do you think so? We had outsourcing. You know what started outsourcing? The unions. Companies could not afford to pay the insurance, health insurance. And then it came down to the pensions. That's why they went to 401ks. It's the unions who destroyed the country. They got greedy at the end. The leaders of the union screwed their own membership. They got greedy. They wanted all the money. They saw what the CEOs were making, and the leaders of the union wanted to make the money the CEOs were making. They didn't care about their union people. They didn't care. But remember, Biden's inflation policies did not give us a strong labor market. Instead, it gave us a weak labor market that was wrapped around an inverted yield curve. Do you know this yield curve is one of the longest? I think it's the second longest in history. When you have a yield curve that's inverted, since October 2022. That's a guarantee not only of a recession, but a crash. And again, that's why we keep telling our students. We teach them over and over and over how to identify a crash. But better than that, how to deal with it, how to make money when a market contracts. Instead of sitting there calling your broker or planner, what do I do? What do I do? He doesn't know what to do. He would never had you in that position. Remember, the reason why they don't let you short your 401k, they don't want you to short your 401k because they don't make money when you short 401k. The whole industry is just a total scam because they don't want their clients shorting because the brokers don't make money on shorts. They don't get a commission. So all these downturns, since 2018, 2020, 2022, 20%, 30%, 25%, and we're going to have another 50% soon. And it may start in March, because remember what we're facing. We're not only facing inflation that's out of control, that's never been dealt with, we're also, remember, the banks. We have the bank funding program. It's at the end come March. And don't forget, we're facing $650 billion in unrealized losses from these banks, these 180 banks. And don't forget, it's not just the small regional banks. We also have Citibank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan. They have unrealized losses they didn't have to claim, they didn't have to tell you about, nearly $300 billion. It's on their book, but you don't see it in their numbers. They can hide it, they can put it off balance sheet. That's the rule that Dodd came up with, and that other bird who took bigger payoffs than anybody else in Congress, Dodd, and who's the other guy? Frank, Dodd and Frank, the two, they took more bribes. The banks, remember, the only ones, when the crash, and when the banks were going under all the scrutiny, and they're going to change all the rules, and they're going to come back with a Stiegel Act and all that, Dodd and the other character, Frank, here's some money, boom, 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 boom. Oh, all of a sudden, the big investment banks were clean. Don't worry. Just keep doing what you're doing. You lose money, we'll always back you. The Federal Reserve, the government. Think of yourself as owned by the government, and they are. Jamie Dimon doesn't work for JP Morgan. He works for the government. The government owns these big banks. So the investment banks are in the hole, $275 billion. The losses coming in from the $180 billion in March are going to be $650 billion. Think about it. The 25 largest U.S. banks have lost $332 billion market cap. The 15 largest banks lost $46 billion. The 5 leading U.S. banks lost $109 billion market cap. Come on. And also the dual mandates. So you have the Federal Reserve and their dual mandate. Give me a break. Dual mandates. Stable prices, and our job is to make sure we have stable prices and we have sustainable employment. Give me a break. Maximum sustainable employment. When was the last time you had maximum sustainable employment? That's a bunch of crap, too. Just like their 2% target. You got to get rid of the Federal Reserve. So that's why, again, when yesterday they came out with that announcement that we're in spitting distance of our 2% target, they're out of their mind. Then why is it? Then why, if that's the case, why is the grocery still up 20%? Gasoline still up 37%? That's spitting distance? I couldn't spit that far. If anybody can spit that far, let me know. I'll have a spitting contest.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you, We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. As the new year approaches, make a resolution to challenge yourself to become the best investor you can be. Phil Grande can take your trading to a whole new level. Innovative stock market investing tools and the experience of over 50 years combined to give you the edge in controlling your financial future. As a Phil's Gang member, you're taught the essential strategies of investing using stock charts, training videos, and seminars. It's information Wall Street doesn't want you to know. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
The President's Investing in America agenda is bringing manufacturing back to America, strengthening America's energy security.
Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie.
That's a lie. Well, let me ask you, why would any company leave China to come back here? I mean, almost 70% of the world's manufacturing has gone to China, and there's a reason. Because China not only has low-cost labor, but the policies. China will build you a factory. They'll build a company, a factory. Here, we'll build it brand new. Don't cost you a penny. Oh, and by the way, here in China, these people will work for nothing. They'll work for nothing. And you don't have to give them a pension. You don't have to give them nothing. They squawk, don't worry. We'll take them out in the back, shoot them, and then we'll sell their body parts. That's what they do. I mean, what destroyed our manufacturing was, after World War II, innovation stepped in. Technology stepped in. You needed a computer, not 7 people. Instead of 7 people, you kept 1 person to run the computer. And then what destroyed it? The unions wouldn't give. They wouldn't give. They wanted more and more and more. And finally they said, hell with this. So no one can fix that. But what we can fix is this: money making. Because the one thing you got to learn, no one is working for you. What I mean by that, nobody at the White House is working for you. Nobody in Congress is working for you. They're all working for themselves. Nobody on Wall Street's working for you. So you got to work for you. And you can't have a better place to invest than the stock market. It's the greatest place to make money. But 85% of people lose money. And they shouldn't be. Because who has captured their brain? Who's taken parking space in their brain? Who believes that most of us sit on the longest stupid bench in the world? Wall Street. They always think they can take advantage of us. Just think about this for one moment. How fair is it that a brokerage company, you give a brokerage company your money, $100,000, $200,000, and when they sell you a stock, they buy it first. Then they mark it up and sell it to you. How fair is that? You should be getting the wholesale price, and you used to get the wholesale price before discount brokerage. With today's technology, you don't have to worry about fundamentals of a company. Fundamentals don't make any difference anymore in a company. You could care less. Look, the proof is from 2008 to 2023, the market went up 1,200%. 7 stocks drove the whole market up 1,200%. You think they cared about fundamentals? What, are you nuts? They didn't care about fundamentals. It was all about QE. And all QE was is a confidence game. It's a confidence game. If you knew what you were doing, you made a ton of money from 2008 to 2023. All you had to do is protect yourself when the market pulled back. Now, if you're a millionaire, just buy the spiders and don't worry about pullbacks. If you're 26 years old, 30 years old, just go, if you're a millionaire, just buy the spiders and never get out of the market. Never get out of the market. And keep putting your money in, because they'll always rig the market to go up. It always goes up. You think these guys on Wall Street want the market to go down? They always rig it to go up. The problem is you haven't got enough money to sustain the pullbacks. They do. Look where the stock market was in 1929. Look where the stock market was in 1987. Look where the stock market was in 2008. Look where it is today. It's recouped all of it, kept going. But could you sustain those pullbacks? No. That's the problem. That's the unfairness of the market. Because it's always tipped to the rich guy. You know, Warren Buffett, this greatest investor. He's no great investor. I shouldn't say anybody, but anybody that has knowledge of the market and has that kind of capital that can sustain itself. He could sustain any loss. He could sit there and take a 50, 60, 70% loss, and the Dow doesn't matter. I mean, now he's old, right? But when he was younger, You just never get out of the market because they'll always rig it to come back up. That's why you got to learn when the market corrects, because you don't have the sustaining power. You do have the skill to sell short. And then you get out of that pool of the 85% who lose money in the market. That's all you need. And we teach that here until your hair's on fire. Because the buy side, that's pretty simple. All you're doing is following the momentum. Matter of fact, we created our own software, yes, our own software that follows the money. Our chart that we design, when money is going in, it'll start turning green. As it's going up, if money's going to start coming out of that stock, let's say you buy GE, it's on its way up, it's green. Money's going to start coming out. The institutions start pulling their money out. It starts turning yellow, so it warns you. Then it either turn back to green or it turns to red. Then you turn around and just sell it short. It's not hard. If you think it's hard, just take your screen and just turn it upside down and pretend you're going along. Or if you're athletic, just get on your desk and stand on your head and look at the screen that way. Just play it like you're long. It's not a big deal to sell short. Everybody thinks, oh, I've got to sell short. Oh, it's scary. And I love these people. You know, if you sell short, you could lose all your money. No, if you don't sell short, you lose all your money. Ask the people who lost 50% in the market in 1987. Ask the people in 2008 who lost 50%, I should say, in 2008. Don't you think they should have shorted? You think Clorox or Johnson & Johnson or Coca-Cola saved them? Of course not. The trick is to understand that nobody's on your side. Congress not on your side. They're doing inside trading. Imagine Congress, anybody in Congress could go in and sees a bill going through, and he knows he can go and say, let's say there's a bill going through on something that has to do with Nestle, with chocolate or something. They go buy 5,000 shares, make a fortune. No risk. They don't take any risk. No risk. They're not going to clean the market up. You think Congress, they won't even clean it up with Congress. They won't even pass a law in Congress to say, no more inside trading because you got all the inside information. Matter of fact, they got a law in Congress that you can trade with inside information that you learn. Investing in the stock market is the best place in the world. You want to know why? Because there's money there 24/7. Try to sell your house today. How long is it going to take you to sell your house or sell a car? What you have to go through, all the morons you got to go through, especially selling your house. That's the worst experience in the world. Oh, I used to always tell the broker, I see the wife walk in, and I say to the broker opening, and I stopped opening houses. No more doing open houses. It's a waste of time. All you have a bunch of decorators looking for decorating ideas. So they come in the house and just the wife. And I say to the broker, where's the husband? Oh, he's in the car. I said, throw her out of the goddamn house. Throw her out of the house. They're not buyers. And by the way, before anybody walks inside the house, ask them, are you prepared to buy today? And they say, yes. Well, do you have a check with you? They say, no, I don't want them in this house. You don't put up with any of that with stocks. You see a good position, you click that little mouse, and guess what? If you made a wrong decision, get out of it quickly, turn around and make money when it goes down. Join my gang free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. There's nothing better than learning from the experts, especially when it comes to investing your hard-earned money.
Hi, this is Phil Grande, host of Phil's Gang Radio Show. At Phil's Gang and philsgang.com, I have one goal in mind: to help you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grande.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
You know that inflation, think about it, every president fears inflation, except the president we have right now. He embraces it because he works for Wall Street. But all the other presidents feared inflation because they know what inflation can do. It can destroy a country. It can destroy our security. Inflation's a terrible thing. And every president did everything they could to keep inflation down. Not this guy. You remember, inflation comes from increased money supply, like I told you a few minutes ago. Who would think they're increasing money supply? But they're lying and tell you, well, we're fighting inflation. You don't fight inflation at the same time they're increasing money supply or increasing credit to expand credit cards so people can use credit cards, go out and spend more. Inflation comes from a weak dollar. And where do you get weak dollars? Deficits. Now, deficits, they say, don't cause inflation. I agree with that. But it does, because when you have a deficit, you have to get rid of that deficit. You've got to get rid of it. How do you get rid of it? You got to print money. That's where the inflation comes. So anytime you hear, well, deficits, debt and deficits don't cause inflation, it does at the end, really. I mean, technically they're right. It doesn't. But how do you get rid of the deficit? Deficits have to be paid. They got to be paid down. You can't do anything about that. The government, they have a deficit. They got to pay it off. And how do they do it? They print money. That printing of money weakens your dollar. And it's that weak dollar that's the biggest threat to our entire economy, our entire system of government, and the national security, more than war, terrorism, pandemic, anything. But Biden doesn't care. Why? Why is it? It's not that he doesn't care. He's got a bunch of young kids surrounding him, a bunch of young liberals from Harvard and all these schools that all they know is socialism, socialism. They all surround him. And they believe in socialism. And they truly believe that there's no consequence to debt. They really believe that debt has no relevance. That it puts to the economy, it puts no strain on the economy. That's not true. Debt has great relevance, especially when you got the government increasing its debt and the Fed tightening at the same time, like they're doing now. So, no, you can't win. There's no way, because nobody's out there helping you. I mean, when you have a president that's not fighting inflation, I mean, think about what he did. He hated Trump so much. The first day he took office, what did he do? He started his monetary policies with the worst thing. He decided that he was going to declare war on oil. He's going to shut oil all down. Going to stop our pipelines. Hell, that's inflationary. But all these young punks that graduated from Harvard and all these liberal schools, they were cheering him on. Cheering him on. So the proof is groceries are still up 25%, 20%. Rent's still up. So here's the answer to all of this. You just got to learn how to follow the money. See, in other words, as I told you, market cap of a stock doesn't matter anymore. Trailing PE ratios or forward PE ratios don't matter anymore. Price to sales, price to book, free cash flow. I used to watch free cash flow like a hawk years ago. That would tell me if a company could go out and expand, they could pay their bills. I could care less now. It doesn't matter. Because, see, with the technology we have now, no one cares about a company's price to sales or price to book. They use the company like a casino. And I hope they always keep the market like this. I hope it doesn't go back to the old days. Because it's an easier way to make money. Because you don't have to sit there and go through reams and reams of documents. Okay, I got to check out the free cash flow in the Johnson & Johnson. I got to see how it sets up with all the other competitors, what their free cash flow is. I wonder what their price to book is compared to price to sales. To all the other, you'd have to sit there and you'd have to look at all this stuff, and you have to find out, how the managers are doing, how they're doing compared to the other company. It took hours and hours and hours. Now all you do is right here. I'll give you. Let's take first. I do it in the morning. I show my members. I first look at TLT. Now what's TLT? That's a 20-year Treasury. It's a bond. And if the bond is coming down, that means interest rates are going up. And the dollar's going up. So that means I'm going to short my gold. And that's what we did. We've been shorting GDX. We've been shorting AU. We got a beautiful short on GDX. GDX has dropped now from, I forgot where we got into GDX, but it started to turn red on my chart around $29. It's now $27.53. That's on GDX. That's a minor. AU, that turned red around just a little less than $17. POS, I told them to buy, sell short POS. So POS turned red around $15.20. Right now it's around $13.69. It's about 10%. I think most of my members got in around, 1440, something like that. So how did we know? How did I know to tell them to short the miners? Because all I had to do is look at TLT in the morning. So if I knew the bond market's going down, then I know darn well interest rates are going to go up, and the dollar follows interest rates, and that means it's bad for gold and also bad for oil. So I had my most experienced members continue to short oil. Then I would also look at what we call power stocks that are making new highs. They don't have anybody selling above them. They're called power stocks. I'll try to bring them up for you here in my list, but power stocks. So my members, like for example, take a look at, Meta. Meta's a power stock. Home Depot is a power stock. It means that there's, at 350, when it hit 350, okay, if I'm right, around 359, now there's no sellers above them. There's no sellers. So they're not going, in other words, when you get above, let's say you get above 360, there's nobody selling. So when it breaks above 360, I'm buying because I have nobody selling. That's a power stock. Costco is a power stock. It's right now at 684. So if it gets around 688, I'm going to buy it or add to it because there's no sellers above me. Another power stock was Visa. We added to Visa today. It's at 266.77. There's no sellers above it. All new highs, new yearly highs. So those are the ones you look for because that's where all the money's going. They're going there. Now, how do I know the money's going there? Because my chart, the Pro 2 color-coded chart that we designed here at Phil's Gang, is all green. Now, if money's going to start coming out of Visa, it'll start turning yellow and warn us. So we start paring back our position. When it starts turning red, that means a lot of money's coming out. We switch our position, do the opposite, and sell it short. So these are the things that we'll teach you. And also, the thing that people don't realize, the people who make money, very few of us make money in this business. Because you know one thing? Why? You know one reason why? The people who make money are the people who have the discipline to stay with the same 6 stocks all year. And for example, I have Apple, JP Morgan, oil, MRO, Boeing is an industrial, and I have a leisure stock, Hyatt. Now, I have bonus stocks. I have what we call bonus stocks. I have other tech stocks than Apple. I got other tech stocks than JP Morgan. I mean, bank stocks than JP Morgan. I got other oil stocks other than MRO, other industrials rather than BA, and other leisure other than Hyatt. And so I have the same stocks. And when you have the same stocks, you deal with the same stocks all year. How can you not make money? Especially if you know how to sell short and buy. So you don't need to know. You don't need to know the PE ratios, the forward, the trailing, the price to book, price to sales, free cash flow. You don't need to know any of that. And you know, the biggest problem people have is, again, they don't understand the stock market to begin with. Let us help you. And if you do well, please help St. Jude. See you on
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.